I gotta tell you, I love technology and the rapid pace in which it changes. In fact, technology is so advanced, you can actually monitor your brain activity right from your desk, at work, or even at home. We want to introduce you to a new and upcoming sensing technology called Wearable Sensing, which allows you to collect all sorts of data that can track your every move, from calculating burned calories and even scanning your quality of sleep. Pretty amazing stuff. This product is part of a growing trend and a movement called Quantified Self. And joining us now with more is the president of Wearable Sensing, Dr. Walid Susu. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Taylor. Thank you for having me.
Wow, I am so curious about this headset that scans your brain. Tell us about it.
So this technology has been around. It's called EEG. And this technology has been around for over a century now, been used in medical research and medical practice for diagnosing diseases like epilepsy, stroke, and other conditions like that. What we have done here is we've taken this technology that was usually reserved for special researchers and hospitals where they had trained technicians, and we've put it in a form where it can be used by people like you and I in our office and our daily home, and we are now bringing the capability of measuring our brain activity to the casual user.
I love it. So it's preventing disease as well, because if early detection, you can get the proper treatments, right? So if you can actually see, could you detect if somebody had Alzheimer's or had the signs of early Alzheimer's?
Some people are using systems, not this one, but like it, for looking at early markers of Alzheimer's disease, traumatic brain injury, stroke, depression. All of these things in a medical setting are very useful for doctors to know what's happening in your brain before things get worse, so they can give you drugs and try to treat you beforehand.
Let's say you had some sort of aneurysm that wasn't detected. Would this be able to pick it up because of the blood flow or lack thereof?
In some research settings, some people are looking for signatures in the EEG signal for things like that. We at Wearable Sensing are focused less on the medical field. We're going towards non-medical applications. Non-medical applications include using brain signals for helping you do something about it. One such field is called neurofeedback. Neurofeedback is when you can, by looking at your brain activity, you can try to control it. It's like going to the gym for your brain. So essentially, if you are depressed, you could go put this headset on, and the software will guide you to help you get out of depression rather than taking a medical drug.
Wow.
That's the field of neurofeedback.
What about I know depression is huge, right, worldwide, but what about bipolar or other mental disorders? Can it help with that?
A wide range of conditions are being treated, from ADHD, depression, memory enhancement.
Whoa. That's what I need, buddy.
I know, I need it too. I don't get enough time. Those are all still in research stages, and some neurofeedback practitioners are today using not this device, but other devices. And what we think this technology can help is make this neurofeedback approach more readily accessible to people that don't have the expertise to go to a hospital to do it.
I got to tell you, when you were talking about you're using it for ADHD and all these other, depression and whatnot, if it's going to help your brain in whatever way, students will want this to help them, study for big exams, right?
Yeah. Indeed. So one of the things we've developed, I'll show you in a little bit, we'll look at the data. We've developed algorithms that interpret this complex brain signals that come out through this device and measure how hard your brain is working. So today's trends in education is called adaptive training. So you go to a computer and you sit there and you're typing away, but the computer doesn't know how hard is it for you. If you put a headset like this, it can tell the computer, hey, this person is struggling here. Why don't you review it a little bit? This is too easy for him. Come on, crank it up. Otherwise, he's going to get bored.
That is so
That's what you can
cool.
start to do with this now.
It's kind of like science fiction. It's bizarre how
it's science present.
Science present. I love it. So you study neurology, right?
I was a neuroscience major at USC.
Tell us about that. So you obviously, this is a perfect fit for you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
So I studied biochemistry as an undergraduate and did neuroscience at USC. And I came to San Diego. I was doing research with culturing neurons in a petri dish, and I decided I wanted to change and do something more outside of the academia. And I contacted this company called Quasar, who was developing this core technology here. And I wanted to use their sensors, and they offered me a job, and the rest is history. And now we have a product on the market that we are trying to sell to researchers as well as to neurofeedback practitioners, neuromarketing, neuroergonomics, neuroeducation, lots of other neuro stuff.
Where do you see this going in the future? Do you see it as a device that anybody could buy at some point?
Today, there are versions of this technology that we don't produce that are intended for the mass consumer, for gaming applications where the devices are really low cost. You can connect it to your Wii or whatever and play games. This is intended to be more of a high quality system where somebody who really needs good quality EEG signal can use it. So that would be the application we're talking about, neurofeedback. One of the ones that is really exciting for us in the future, once we get medical approval to use this, is traumatic brain injury. So you've heard recently about all the athletes getting hit, soldiers getting hit. You can use this on the field as soon as they get hit to detect whether they can go back on the field or whether they should sit this one out.
That's huge. That's huge. I mean, the NFL is I know so many ex-football players who have CTE. So if they could have had something like this, because they're warriors, they want to go back out and,
That's right.
and play, right? They're getting paid millions of dollars to play. If they could detect that they had, severe brain injuries, but I also know that it takes many hits to get to that point, right?
So what you do is you monitor them, after they get hit, and then you continuously. It's so easy to use that you can monitor them on a recurring basis, on a weekly basis, monthly basis. Whenever they come into their clinician, you put it on, you get the measurement, it goes into database, it gets cranked, and gives them a value that tells them how they're doing.
I love it. I have nothing like preventable injuries, right? Okay, so what about sleep? Can it help you with sleep? Because I am not a good sleeper.
So this headset here and the one we will show you in a little bit are not intended for sleep today. The sensors can be used in sleep, but just you can imagine this headset is not going to be very comfortable for sleep.
Right.
But we're working on developing a form factor that will allow you to monitor yourself during sleep. What you can do for sleep is after you wake up, you can put it on, you can see how your brain is responding today. Is your brain sort of in its optimal condition? Is it feeling overloaded?
Did it reboot?
Did it? Yeah,
Did
exactly.
You
Are you
RAM?
fresh?
I love it. Okay, so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, you're going to actually scan my brain.
That's right. We're going to let you use your thoughts to do something on the computer.
Let's hope there's something between the ears for you to scan. Okay. It's time to get my brain scan. We're back with Dr. Walid Susu, and well, we're gonna see if there's anything between my ears, right?
First of all, how does it feel?
It's so comfortable. It really is. Like, actually, it's more comfortable on than off.
Okay.
Which is weird. I didn't think this apparatus would be comfortable, but it is.
It looks good on you.
Thank you. Well, tell us what we're doing, because I see my brain waves on the computer, and it's funny, we were testing out during break, and when I was laughing, it was more drastic, right? And then when you told me to be calm, and then it kind of almost flatlined out.
So when you're smiling, we see a lot of muscle activity signals. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to close your eyes, and this way the whole world will be able to see your alpha activity, which is those squiggly lines that we're now seeing on the bottom of the screen. That's a signal that Taylor is now well relaxed. That's a good sign. Some people would say that that's a sign of high intelligence. I wouldn't doubt them. So you can open your eyes, and that was your relaxation state.
Ah, nice.
What we're now going to do is we're going to disconnect from the software and use another piece of software that will allow you to use the computer to type just by thinking about the letters you want to type.
Oh, I love that. I wish I could get my kids to do their chores just by thinking it with this thing. But looking at those brain waves, do you see anything? Look, when I get passionate, it's
hard to tell things
so
from somebody who's normal and healthy. So typically by looking at the squiggly lines like that, we can see eye blinks, we can see those resting states. If I was to make you do a very difficult task, we can see a theta burst. But those are...
Make me do a difficult task. What does that look like?
All right. I'm going to ask you to count backwards from 100 to 0 by steps of 7.
I'm dyslexic. That is like the most difficult task you could ask me to do. Could you
spell my name?
That's difficult.
All right. That's all right. We're gonna make you
3 strikes. I'm out. Give me one more.
We're gonna make you do a very difficult task, which is to spell using your brain thoughts. That's pretty difficult. This is We had a colleague from the Wadsworth Institute. They came by the Wadsworth Center in New York. They came by. They interfaced our hardware with their software. And their software is designed for people who are locked in. Those are patients who have ALS, advanced ALS. They cannot move at all. They cannot talk. They cannot blink. And they can use this technology to communicate.
This is so cool.
And you're going to demonstrate how that's done, even though you won't have to be locked in. But that's the power of your thought to control an
All right,
computer.
let's do it.
All right. So, are you ready, Taylor?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you're going to spell your name. It's going to show up right here.
Okay. Did it work?
Yeah, you got a T.
Yay!
All right, now
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait.
Sunday. Nice.
Awesome.
All right, now focus on the Y. Focus on the Y.
Okay, wait, I can't find it. Okay. Did it do it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is crazy. So folks, just so you know, what happens is I focus on the word and I count how many times it shows up. 4, 5, 6. Did it do it?
It did it. Got an L.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're almost there. And then all the word letters are going to blink. I'm focusing on how many times it shows up. The O. Put your hands up so people know we're not cheating.
No, no cheating.
Yay! One more letter.
So
Put your hands up. We got one more and I got my name.
This is called a brain
It's not
computer
fast
interface.
typing, that's for darn sure. But listen, if you had no other way to communicate, this is great.
The software is called the brain computer interface. Oh! Made a typo.
I did make a typo.
That's okay. So that's this software is called Brain Computer Interface. It's developed by the Wadsworth Center in New York, and it's intended for people with locked-in patient syndrome. So you want to focus on backspace.
I backspaced it, now let's go. See, I did that with my brain.
Bingo! She can spell her name,
Do you
but she
see
can't
that?
spell mine.
Do you see that? Well, yeah, I hope I can spell my name. Oh no, it keeps going. This is awesome. I guess I can't take this off, right?
You can take this off. That's
can?
how easy it is. You just slide it back, and you're good to go.
I'll let you loosen up so I don't pull my hair out. But it is very comfortable. I just spelled my name. This is awesome.
Go ahead and pull
for
it up.
people who, oh my gosh, are paralyzed, or like you said, trapped in a body that can't move, and their brain is so alive. It's a medical miracle.
It is
Oh wow.
just science in the working today.
And it's so comfortable. Thank you so much for
You're
sharing.
welcome, Taylor.
And you'll
Thank
be
you for
back.
taking the time. Yes,
And
we'll
as
be back.
innovation changes, and I know that you're going to have different models coming out as well.
We want to show you what you can do with
Yeah.
with this technology. Yes, we'll be back.
You're changing people's lives.
We hope so.
Thank
for the
you
better.
so much.
Thank you, Taylor.